This is my third junk journal. This one has an autumn theme to it. This one is strictly autumn. There's no holidays attached to it like Halloween or Thanksgiving. This is strictly for the love of autumn. This is a hardback book that I gutted. It's 8.5 inches by 5 3/4, and it's 1 3/4 inches thick. This is alligator skin pleather on the spine. The paper has very autumn words like October, fall, pumpkin patch, and on the front it's covered with different dyes that I found, like parchment dye, a leaf dye, and this is a metal pendant that I glued down with E6000. And this is going to be a flip through here. This word autumn was a rub-on that I added to some scrapbook paper inside. And this is a Tim Holtz die. And I have a tag here, I'll show you. You can go through all the lines here and into the pocket there. All the pages are blank white, so I added some very lightly stamped trees and leaves throughout, and they're light enough to write on. So let's get started. There's a very large tuck spot back here behind both pages. This page is light enough to write on, so I left it mostly blank, and there's a tuck spot right up top here. Here's a blank page with some boot prints on it. There's a nice tuck spot here. Red leaf stamps in the corners. And here's some antique lace that I found. This was a s'more that I actually put together with dies. This is a tattered square die, and there's a circle die, and I actually pieced it together myself, added shading. Here. There's a deep pocket here. This is an image from Pinterest right here. This is a sticker that I put on paper and made a tuck spot. This was a Tim Holtz die right here. This one I actually drew myself. The mug, the handle, the stripes across, and the apple cider. I drew it and colored it in. A deep pocket. Here's some pretty leaf dies and doily dies and a big acorn. This was an image from Pinterest. It's one of my favorites. Some leaves here. Other blank pages. Another tuck spot here. And more boot prints. This was a leaf die that I actually cut in half and then glued each half on each side of the page. There's a lot here and here. These pages are also light enough, you could probably write on them. There's white blank paper. This is a piece of a scrapbook paper that I fussy cut myself. That's a nice tuck spot. These are rub-ons down here. And this was a quilt pattern paper. I just cut out some patches and made some tuck spots, and they just blend right in. White pages. Here's a deep pocket with a belly band with a leaf on top. And here's a cute hedgehog. Tuck spots here and here. There's a pocket here. Band here, pockets here. The pumpkin patch here, I fussy cut myself from a large scrapbook paper. It's a nice pocket here. These on top are also fussy cut. Word fall. And a cute fox over here. Another band and a deep pocket. This is a paper bag that I found in a dollar bin in one of the craft stores. It's a nice deep bag here. Dreaming of Autumn, I added that. This is another leaf die that I cut in half and put one edge on the top and one on the bottom. And this is a belly band with the words on the cover, you know, fall, harvest, blessed, apple, words like that, like pages. Another quilt paper with some more. These are leaf ties. Falling leaves of red and gold. That was another rub-on that I added. This is more lace stretched across. Like pages. There's a band across, another pocket, and this is another fox die. And I put that on front of this doily. You can place here. There's a deep pocket here. And these apples I fussy cut myself from paper, and I stuck them into a basket stamp that I found in my stash. There's a basket of apples. This is a pretty, just a scrapbook page. I decided to leave it as it is. It was just too pretty to do anything with. These are playing cards that are autumn colors. I just cut them out and glued them together. And there's invisible tuck spot down here, all across the bottom of the page. There's a pretty fall leaf and a band across. Seasons Change is another rub-on, and a big tuck spot right in here. Each of these corners is a tuck spot here. Get in there. Some flowers up here, and another band across here. There's a doily here, and this one was actually a part of a greeting card that I cut. She makes a nice big tuck spot there. And the same on this page. More cards. And another invisible pocket here. These are belly bands. Like pages. This is an image I got from Pinterest right here. Some more leaf dies. Another belly band up here and here. Another deep pocket. These pumpkins were part of a paper. I fussy cut them out and glued them together on top of a doily, again, just like the fox. Paper and more antique lace. Okay. This is a paper bag that I found. I'll show you how deep it is all the way down, across all the way there. It's all glued in. Nice deep pocket there, blank pages. This is a quilt pattern scrap paper. Made a nice belly band. This is light enough to write on as well. And tuck space is here and here. White paper. And ribbon here. And these are flowers that I glued into a die of a basket. Up here. And another glittery leaf here. This is an image from Pinterest that I found. Ribbon here. And these trees were dies that I glued together here. This is an interesting one. These apples here were actually individual stamps. I stamped them, cut them individually, and then glued some of these into a die of a basket. And each one of these is a tuck spot. Let me show you here. You can put a hole, there you go. Just like that. You can go in there. It's perfect. I added the words Apple Harvest there to the top. Pocket. And pumpkins that I also fussy cut out. White paper. More tuck spots on the grid paper. This is another leaf die that I cut in half. Blank paper. Deep pocket. This is a scene that I created myself. These clouds I drew myself and added shading cut them and glued them. They're tuck spots. These two are dies. The tree and the bench are dies. The pumpkin was cut out, and this I cut out myself. And this is all just one big tuck spot right here. White pages. There's an invisible part right here. I believe in Happily Ever After. Just seemed like a nice, pretty one I added. Another band here. White paper. Another s'more that I created. Another belly bands. Two more apples that I fussy cut and glued to a doily. This is another band. This is an owl that was, like the fox, part of a greeting card. I cut this one out as well. And there's a doily here in the corner. And So Thankful belly band here. This one is just full of tuck spots here, and they kind of blend into the page, which I really like. Another one here. Two pretty doilies here. This is a doily here, and this is another bag that I found in the dollar bin. This is an image from Pinterest, and this teacup die was by Tim Holtz. I drew the whipped cream and added some shading to make it look like there was maybe cinnamon or nutmeg on top, and just a nice couple of tuck spots right there with a black page. Another basket of apples with a belly band and an apple pie. This one has a band on top. Or white paper. This is another leaf that I cut in half. Everything is better in a sweater. And this is knitted pattern paper that I actually cut myself into the shape of a sweater, V-neck sweater. That makes a nice deep pocket there. Last white page. And the die in the back by Tim Holtz, just like the one in the front. Right there, see? And that's it for that. And I'm going to show you what comes with this book as well. Alright, let's start here. This is the only Thanksgiving thing that will really be here. They say, I am thankful for. It's a little placement card, actually. Put them on a table at Thanksgiving and such. But they're nice little keepsakes for that. All of them open, and they're blank on the inside and on the back. You'll get two of each color. This is a stamp that I actually put together myself. The dome was separate, and then I added the red leaf on the inside. It says, I Heart Fall. Hello, Just Because, Seed for You. All these are blank on the back, so you can write on them. These two were cut from denim scrapbook paper with a grid on the back. I'll just go ahead and go through these. These are from Pinterest. This has a list of all the different pumpkins there are. These are pumpkin dies that I found in Michael's, actually. They're the same in the back and the front. Just really cool to have. These were from scrapbook paper. That. And this one is double-sided. There's autumn leaves on the front and back. And there you go. All this will come together with the book. As always, like and subscribe and tell me what you think. See you next time.